Hey y'all, this is Big A with Coosa Valley Model Railroad Association. We are here today because we are just over a month away from our 39th annual spring show. I think we're maybe sitting 4 or 5 days away from that month mark, but we're looking at a pretty good show. We've got 91 tables so far. I just found out yesterday I may have the stage available, so that may be a possibility for 5 more tables, but I'm not holding my breath on that. I really don't like renting the stage. Anyway, we're going to have tons and tons and tons of trains. Anything from N scale all the way up to G scale. So N, H, O, O, G, I know it's coming for sure. There's going to be a little bit of S. I don't know the details on what S scale items are coming, but there will be some for sure because I had some vendors note that in their application. All right, and I know for sure on some of those vendor tables you're going to be looking at Rail King, MTH, definitely Lionel. There might be a few K-line pieces. The HO world, you have all your normal top manufacturer scale trains. Not MTH, that was stuck on O gauge for me. Scale trains, Athearn, AccuRail, Walthers Proto 2000 in general, like the old Lifelike run, Atlas, anything you think of. Cato, keep on going with anything good quality. We should have it here at the show. You'll be really impressed with HO selection in scale. Same thing, we'll have Atlas, Athearn, Cato, Intermountain, so on and so forth. I know that Joe Ray will be here with his giant selection of N scale. A few other folks will have N scale as well. So always great pieces there with Joe Ray. One other thing we're going to have that I cannot go without mentioning is our Fremo exhibit upstairs. That is going to be the largest Fremo setup at a show or event in Alabama. Well, at least thus far. So, Michael Stevens is my ring leader on that, so to speak. He does a very great job working people in, getting modules in there. Definitely going to have some new stuff for you to see this year compared to last year. It's always evolving. Things are always changing. People are modifying their modules. It's a really cool thing. They'll be here on Friday, our setup day, and they'll get that thing running in just a couple hours as long as the pieces all come in. At least a portion of it will be running until all the pieces show up Saturday morning if some folks have to work, things like that. But the cool thing about the Fremo guys is they're plug and play. Everything's a standard. They set their legs up to exact height every time. Their electrical connections are just right. They just plug it right on in and they get going. So please definitely come and check them out. You can take the elevator up there or the stairs, whichever you prefer. There will be signs. There will be a couple of reminders for you. I believe they're going to do the best module contest again. If they're not, I'm going to have the papers for them anyway, so maybe they'll just jump in there and do that. But anyway, there'll be something interactive for you to take a look and see what you think is the best and just drop that paper off with them. Worst case, if you're going to drop them off with them, you can drop it off. And guys, for as far as the vendor tables go, I know we're going to have 2 tables here for our club stuff. We have recently received a donation of a lot of nice O gauge and O scale things. So I know for certain we'll have a bunch of Rail King buildings, some locomotives, freight cars, track accessories, possibly if everything pans out right, MTH, DCS system, a few other things like that. But now as far as our vendors go, I know we'll have all your top manufacturers. We'll start out with the O gauge stuff, O scale O gauge. I know there will be Rail King, MTH, Lionel, some K-line pieces, some Williams, probably some Weaver. Going to have some very nice selections there of that. There are several vendors with the O gauge. So if you're looking for O, you won't be disappointed coming this time at all. The HO world, very significant crowd of vendors here with that. We're going to have all your typical ones that you look for, say like scale trains, Athearn, Athearn Genesis, Intermountain, Cato, Walthers. I could go on and on with that, but anything you can think of, nice, good quality stuff. While y'all are at the show, we will be giving away door prizes quite frequently, depending on the amount that we have to give away. It could be anywhere from 15 to 30 minutes, maybe an hour if we're kind of low on them. But last show, I think I was doing it every 15 minutes, and we did really well with them. Thank you to the vendors that were there for supporting us with the door prizes. That's always much appreciated, and hopefully we'll continue that trend here on out. Another cool thing is for all of your young kids, 12 and under, or we might have did we leave? Would we let the 13-year-olds and stuff in? Yeah, okay. So I'm getting confirmation there. All kids of any age as a kid basically will let get in on the train set giveaway. That's a complete ready-to-run train set that's furnished to the club with a one engine, several freight cars, generally a caboose if one is available, whole track oval with a power pack. It's 100% free. We'll take the child's phone number and name down, or well, rather the parent's phone number, but for the child. They don't have to be present to win on that one. That's pretty cool. But the door prizes, I mean, of course, you got to be present to win, or we just move on to the next one. Now, admission still at $5. Incredibly great price of $5. Good value for families. Kids 12 and under are free. We're also going to have club T-shirts for sale, supporting our club. Not our typical blue shirts that you see all of us have on, but these are nice charcoal gray shirts with the white letters and the light emblem for our Coosa Valley Model Railroad Association. We'll have those available up by the donation table. The admission table. Yep, that's me in real life messing up, so enjoy that, guys. Also, while you're here, there are several attractions around. Of course, we've got the Coosa River. We've got Nakalula Falls with a nice little putt-putt course that hopefully will be open in April. But the falls themselves are just awesome to check out. They've got the old buildings, cabins and stuff scattered around, great walk-in attractions. They got a petting zoo there, animals that you can't pet as well. But then down here on Broad Street, once you're done with the show, you can walk and grab you some lunch, dinner, whatever you may want to consider that. There's several restaurants like Rock and Roll Sushi's across the street. You've got Jefferson's right down. There is Blackstone Pub. There is, if it's open, I don't know their hours. There's the Gadsden, is it deli? It's a deli anyway. If you look it up on Google, it's a deli. It's in the Gadsden Variety store right up the street from us here. We've got Scoop du Jour for desserts, delicious, one-of-a-kind ice cream, not your cookie-cutter place to check out. Sinful Sweets is down the street too. They have pastries, cupcakes, whatever. Also some ice cream as well. Anyway, there's several other places, coffee bar, things like that. We also have some great shops that you can check out. There's Dusty Things Antiques. He's just up the street, across Broad Street there on that side of the road. There is a computer repair place right down the road from us. I can never remember his name, but he is a little more than just computers. He's got retro gaming systems, like even the newer systems like PS4, PS5 stuff when he gets it. But he's got a nice game selection, great DVD selection. Any games you want, Xbox, any PlayStation versions, probably some GameCube stuff. I don't know. He's got tons of stuff in there. Record players, computers, monitors, parts that you may need. Very, very, very good guy. But check him out. There's also a comic book record shop. Cosmic Debris. I can't remember that name either, obviously. But anyway, that's a cool place. I know a couple of guys that shop there and always hear about the things they find because they get tons of different things in there. And so you'll never know what you'll find there, but really cool shop. There's a few others I'm sure I'm missing, so not deliberately missing them, but again, your Google machine will be your friend. Another cool thing y'all be able to see is our awesome steel mill replica. This was the steel mill here in Gadsden back in the 40s and 50s. This is just a little part of our layout. I mean, we've got, the whole yard, everything over here, the other section of it. This is just one small little detail. This thing is, I believe, 83 foot long, and it is fantastic. It has evolved a lot since our last show, so y'all will not be disappointed checking this thing out. We've got 6 lines of trains running. Those will be constantly flowing through the show. We have a perfect schedule worked out. Granted, I say perfect, you know, things happen from time to time. Equipment fails here and there, or we have, you know, something go wrong, but we can't, you know, avoid that. It's just part of the hobby. So anyway, back to the main part of it is most of the time 6 trains running. That's our ideal goal. So besides our fantastic layout here, we're going to have the N-scale layout set up when you come in the doors. Once y'all walk past the admission table, there will be those doors on the right. You'll walk in there, more vendors, and that N-scale layout. It is a great little modular N-scale layout. We have tons of scenery on it, and there are big plans for that thing to have some updates done to it. It's got right now 2 lines running DCC. One is DC. That'll be easily remedied and changed later on. But for the main part of our show, what y'all need to know is we are at 501 Broad Street. That is Gadsden, Alabama, at the Mary G. Hardin Center for Cultural Arts. That is our home base where we're always set up 365 days a year. Our space is super nice. It's air conditioned, it's heated, whatever the outside wants us to use at that point in time. You know, Mother Nature's unpredictable during this time of the year. But don't worry, everything is great in here. Everything's clean. Mr. Tom Banks does a fantastic job running this place. His staff here, they're awesome. They are really awesome. Super friendly. So to sum up our video here, guys, April the 11th of 2026, that is our spring show. The show will run from 9 a.m. to 4 p.m. That is Alabama time, because I know a lot of y'all folks will travel from surrounding states with different time zones. 9 a.m. Alabama time. We will not be letting anybody in early. We'll keep it fair. You get here, you get in line, that's when you get in. If you see folks in here, it is our vendors and it is our module owners. That is the only ones. So please come out, support us, have a great time, and look for our next event. We'll have our show flyers here for our next show coming up in the fall, which should be our 3rd annual fall show. And we'll also have papers for our FREMO event that is happening in June. So definitely check into that. Pick up all the literature you need while you're here for all these shows. And ask us questions, talk to us. We'll be happy to help you with all of your questions, anything you need. So thanks for watching, guys, and we'll see you at the show.